we have already established a quorum. We're going to get started. First on the open session agenda tonight is the presentation of the FY25 tax rate. Ms. Andrews.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Annually, the Board of Education is required to hold this hearing to allow public comment on the proposed tax rate. The proposed levy for the 2024-25 school year is $3.4662 in the operating fund, $1.1623 in the debt service fund, and 10 cents in the capital fund. A total of $4.7285 per $100,000 of assessed valuation. The assessed valuation for FY25 is $175,425,171. The district has an increase of 1.71% in assessed valuation. For your reference in your packet is a copy of the tax rate calculation sheets, a historical review of the district's tax levy rates and assessed valuation, and a copy of the notice that was placed in the newspaper.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, I need a motion for approval of the open session agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? And now I need an approval of the consent agenda items. Motion for approval.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Motion carried. Communication and reports.
We have no correspondence for this meeting.
And public comment.
No requests were submitted.
Okay. Finance report.
For this month, the draft ASBR is included in your finance packet. We have submitted the ASBR to DESE, and we're currently working on edits between now and our annual audit. The ASBR includes the Fund 1 to Fund 2 transfer. This transfer was in the amount of $2,816,205.24 and covers the end of fiscal year salary and benefits for certified staff. The ASBR includes the Fund 1 to Fund 4 transfers. This transfer was in the amount of $919,920 and was approved at the July 4th meeting. Then the district's annual audit will be conducted on site on September 6th. The finance department is hard at work compiling the requested documents the auditors have requested.
Please go.
Sorry, I had one question for you, Kat, and I meant to email this to you. So, our fund balance, beginning fund balance in the teachers fund this year was $14,000. Last year it was $1.1 million. Can you explain why the beginning balance was different between this year and last year's?
I would have to look at that.
Okay.
Because I don't have the fund balance right in front of me
Okay.
printed, but I'll answer that for
Thank you.
Not a problem.
With it being that big, it's probably pre and post transfer, if I had to guess.
Okay.
Maintenance report.
Well, here at the end of summer, I'll just kind of hit a few of the highlights. First off, the cleaning and of the building before refinishing. Custodians did an excellent job. Floors are really shining, places looking really nice. So kudos to them. The high school trainers office, we enlarged that this summer. So that's going to be a good space for McKinsey. Recently purchased a work order system that we've talked about before, FMX, so that's going to be a good step for Mike and the maintenance crew to start tracking work orders better, get in a lot of our inventory, we do the preventative maintenance, but this is going to be a good way for him to better track that, better keep up with things moving forward. We added an office in our special education department down here in the high school for the process coordinator to better utilize that space, and our guys did that. The high school kitchen floor, we took out the tile down there, and it has a new epoxy floor in the kitchen down here that was much needed. We were going to have to do a lot of tile repairs, so instead of rip out a bunch and put a bunch back, we did the epoxy. Child care center got some new playground equipment installed recently, and recently we had our annual field grooming and sanitation out here on the Wall soccer field for the year. Just a couple of things on the recent bond issue projects, some warranty items. We had our 11-month warranty walk and found some things. So they repaired a little piece of asphalt out here on the South Drive. They had a small electrical repair they've already made also in the high school office. An electrical box and some conduit at the middle school that was damaged during the brick project. So that's been replaced already. And then the final one is some sidewalks. We've got quite a bit of spalling on some of the new sidewalks, so that's being addressed. We don't have a resolution on that yet, but that's in IDS's hands, and they've talked to Excel, and they're going through that, so I'll keep you posted on what's going on there. That's gonna be a bigger project that isn't to be done while school's in session.
Is that over at the, I'm sorry, is that at the middle school?
The most noticeable is at the middle school.
I thought I noticed that.
There are some spots here at the high school too, but that's definitely the most noticeable. Then the last thing is kind of one project we still have before school starts is the potholes at it over in the parent drop off lane. So get that tied up before Wednesday. I might be out there with a shovel if we run out of time. There's not going to be potholes out
Get your heart out.
Is that the concrete work, is there a warranty type for workmanship?
There, yes.
Or using the angle there?
Okay. Not sure exactly what that looks like yet as far as where they start and stop replacement, but
It's up to them if it's a concrete thing.
Yep.
Workmanship issue, but, okay, that's good to hear. Early childhood care over that facility.
as far as I know, I think we're getting there. And last time I was through there, the teachers had all their stuff sorted out in their classrooms in lots of boxes. But they've been there hard at it and going really well down there at the church. So they're very pleased, I think.
Yes, it looks amazing. It looks good. Please come see. It's amazing out there.
Great.
Did you mention the lights?
That's still, so they've got the parking lot lights have been replaced out at Upper, and then now they're gonna go in and start all the wall packs of the buildings.
Okay, I got you.
Trying to get them all to, we kind of have a hodgepodge of different styles and colors, and so we're trying to, as we do it, get them to all match.
Yeah.
I would be interested in seeing that once everything gets settled in. Maybe if we could set that up, or everyone gets settled in, the school year gets started and all that. Is that a possibility? That early childhood?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I know it's always busy right at the beginning, but I don't know if anybody else would like to go.
Sure. I was just curious, the most unique item that you found in the turf cleanout.
I'd have to go back and look at the picture. It's always this pile. You think, man, where
Bobby
did all
pins.
this stuff come from? Bobby pins and like
safety pins.
safety pins and a tent stake. I'm like, what is going on? You know, what are they doing out here? Yeah, it's crazy.
Thanks, Roger. Superintendent's reports?
Yeah, just a few things. Tomorrow, district opening ceremonies, breakfast for all staff is at 7:45. You guys are welcome to attend as well. And then the program starts at 8:30 in the auditorium, and we've got everything ready to go for that. Tomorrow, Ms. Dykeshaw is hosting MRVC Back to School Conference here at the high school as well. We've got open house on Thursday in the buildings. Also Thursday, Representative Terry Thompson has invited the new education commissioner to meet with his District 53 superintendents, and we're actually going to do that here on our Odessa campus. So that'd be a good opportunity to have a conversation with her. And then school starts next Wednesday. We're off and running.
What's the MRVC open house? What's that?
MRVC late meeting.
Yeah, okay, it's just coaches.
All of the district, all of the lead schools come here for the superintendent and principal dinner meeting, their fall meeting they have to have every year. And then the ADs all will run a Zoom meeting for every sport and activity that's offered in Misha with all of the coaches in attendance. But they won't be here, they're all via Zoom or Google Meet.
Oh, okay.
It used to be everyone in one site, but in 2021 that changed.
Do we have anything for first day? Like, do we take part in anything for the first day of school?
No, but you're welcome tomorrow for sure for the ceremonies. Cole's got 30 minutes to speak here.
Oh, wow.
We can take pictures if you want.
Take of you?
Of ourselves out front.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
look around.
Yeah.
First day. Mother was-
Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is our discussion items, central office SMART goals.
Yeah, so we've done this in the past, and we're doing it at the building level too. But going back and revisiting the staff survey from last spring, central office, we sat down and kind of identified two goals. One is communication, to improve the ongoing communication with staff members, providing more ongoing information out of our office to staff. Hopefully answers a lot of questions that they might have. And then engagement, getting the staff more involved in the decision-making process with respect to safety, wellness, professional development, CSIP, and district planning. Also with the implementation of the Community Champion Award, getting more engagement with the community. And then those two SMART goals are included in your packet for review.
I think it's important just to let our stakeholders and our faculty know that, we do look at those surveys, and we do, value those and try to adjust to, the things that
Try to make
needs.
improvements.
Yeah, it's not, we're not just trying to expect the teachers and everybody else to make adjustments, but ourselves are making adjustments as well, so.
Absolutely.
We want to make sure that's highlighted.
Have you had the safety, wellness, and professional development committees in the past?
We have had them. They haven't been as consistent as what they will be this year.
Okay.
They're going to be more consistent this year.
And how do you form those committees?
In the past, sometimes it's been signed up by teachers. Sometimes, like for example, teachers have signed up to be on the PD committee. I know on the safety committee, Dr. Fagan would reach out to people that might have jobs that, SROs would be on that type of committee, as well as lead teachers from buildings that might be involved with different things or active in their buildings too. So.
Thank you.
Anything else on that? We'll move to action items. First of which is conflict of interest ordinance.
Yeah, this is required to be approved every other year by the Missouri Ethics Commission. Approving this will fulfill the responsibility until September 2026.
Any questions on this ordinance? Anyone? If not, can I get a motion?
So we're second.
All in favor? Motion passed. The next is bond prepayment.
Sandra.
Included in your board packet is a request to approve a bond prepayment for March of 2026. This request is in response to an excess balance in our debt servicing fund. The prepayment would be $1,325,000 and paid on March 1st, 2026 of the Series 2021 General Obligation Bond. This prepayment of interest will save the district $198,750 in future interest expense and shorten the prepayment schedule by 1 year. We recommend that the board approve authorizing the prepayment of the Series 2021 General Obligation Bond as presented.
The one thing I'll add, just so everyone understands, this prepayment is done with funds that are already sitting in that debt service account.
Just have an excess.
Generated.
We have the extra.
It's excess.
Because we under budgeted revenue. So
Yeah.
we're wrong.
Those, whether that's you or Dr. O or whoever that is, that's recognizing that we have an opportunity to save this kind of money, and we have this excess. I mean, that's huge for us. So, whoever's responsible for that, thank you. Yeah, thank you for what you do. That's awesome. That you can recognize these things and like, hey, let's save some money. So, yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? 2024-25 tax rate that we hit on earlier. Need a motion for that.
So moved.
Okay.
A motion and a second. All in favor? Motion carried. Local compliance plan.
Ms. Lorenz, she was excited to be here.
You're all this big, I'd be happier. Okay. Annually, the district needs to approve a special education local compliance plan. Historically, the district has approved the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education's model plan. Again, this year, the administration recommends that board approval of the DESI model plan. This plan explains the process for identification of students with disabilities. The plan is attached for board review and approval. The only area that we have to mark would be on page 34, and it's just identifying young children with developmental delay or language impairment in the area for children ages 3 to 5.
Any questions on this? Ms. Lorenz?
I'll make a motion, we approve the local compliance plan.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Thank you. The next item is the multi-purpose building bid specs.
Included in your packet was the specifications for the proposed multi-purpose building that would sit at the southwest corner of the high school. Provide access for curricular activities during the day as well as extracurricular before and after school. So if board approved, these would be put out to bid tomorrow. I have a pre-bid meeting August 20th and bids would be due on August 29th. That time frame makes it possible to allow for consideration of that bid approval at the September 10th board meeting.
Any questions on that? I know I asked you about the specs on the building, make sure that our bid alternate has the capacity and the structure to accommodate signs and hanging everything from it. If we choose not to do the bid alternate too, but
And we will confirm that prior to pre-bid for sure. If for some reason there had to be a change, that would be provided to
the pre-bid,
contractors prior to or at the
pre-bid would be a
pre-bid.
good opportunity just to clarify if there needs to be some.
I'm sorry.
So the base alternate is just the building in general.
Okay.
Or the base bid and the floor. And so the first bid alternate, I think it's the first one, is a lot of the stuff that hangs from the structure.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted
Making
to-
sure that the base bid allows for
Hanging in the
hanging,
future.
hanging things in the future if we don't hang them now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I make a motion, we approve the bid specs, go out to meet Dr. Fagan's timeline.
So yeah.
Motion second, opposed. Sorry, need a motion. Motion, all in favor? Okay. High school gym floor.
Dr. Fagan.
This, so we solicited bids to resurface the high school wood gym floor in the summer of '25. Made contact with 3 companies, 2 of which came and measured and provided a bid. Charles Lubert Hardwood Floors has proven to do quality work with us in the past, so the recommendation would be to utilize them to sand and refinish the high school gym floor summertime 2025.
When was the last time we've done that?
We found that one time. This has been 12 years?
It was at least 10, so it might have been 12.
They kind of recommend it every 10-ish, and it had been past that. So just kind of, again,
We haven't
some of the
looked at
preventive
it.
maintenance things we
Recoated every
talked
year.
Right.
So-
Every
Sand
time.
it down and
Start fresh.
And I don't-
fresh.
And I don't know if there's any truth to this, but I had heard that potentially there may be some issues with some of the wood. I don't know if that's fact or fiction, but if there is, I'm assuming when these guys go to redo the floor, they would be able to assess that better and say, yeah, hey, we got an issue here. And
Yeah, if
that, and then they would be some sort of change order to, you know, potentially fix those areas if they do exist at that time.
Yeah, if they find something during this process, we'll fix it.
Okay. And then, so have we let them know that maybe there is maybe a suspicion of that? We don't know for a fact, but at least
We
so they
talked
kinda
about
keep
it
on the
when
lookout.
they were
Oh, okay.
here. He didn't see anything that stood out, just walking around
Okay.
when he was measuring.
Mhm.
But certainly, he didn't touch every inch of it like he will when he's sanding.
That makes sense.
Either.
Okay.
Would he have the ability, I guess they would have the ability to correct that, or is
I
he just
I
finishing?
think so. They do a lot of, they did our middle school a few years ago. We had some water damage. You might remember that. It was completely resanded, redone. This is who did it.
Gotcha.
Okay, I need a motion
Is-
for,
Real
sorry.
quick, so are we going to do the 3-point areas?
So once we do this, kind of my thought is then we're gonna get some different design ideas for this group to look at, and make some of those decisions on whether it goes back just like it is, if we stain 3-point, do we do the O instead of the bulldog, those kind of
So those would be an
conversations.
added cost that we would approve later on.
So
Change order essentially.
the stained 3-point would be more, which is here, but actually, if you change the center graphic, the one we have is pretty detailed. I think it would actually get a little cheaper.
So if we did something like an O instead of bulldog, then that would give us some room to maybe do.
I
something.
think there's potential for it to be less rather than
Oh, okay.
just because the detail of the graphic itself.
This comes out of what we have budgeted for Fund 4 expenditures.
Yes, and this is.
Actually,
For next year.
It'll be, next year, it'll be
Yeah.
FY '26,
Okay.
but CAT will have it built into the budget.
Anybody else? Not, I need a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the bid from Charles Hubert Hardwood Floors for the high school gym floor.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Out of state student travel request.
The one travel request in there is for high school cheerleading to go to nationals in Orlando in February this year. 10-year anniversary of the flyer.
I make a motion to approve the out-of-state travel request. Second.
All in favor? Motion carried. T-Mobile grants. Andrew and Ms. Bradshaw.
A representative of T-Mobile met with both Sherry and I regarding a few potential grants that the district could apply for and qualify for. Included in your board packet is a quick breakdown of each grant and what they could be used for if approved. Friday Night 5G Lights is a grant specifically for schools and includes weekly drawings from grant applicants for $5,000 as well as a chance for a $25,000 grant. These two grants could be used at the district's choice. There is a final grant opportunity that is $2 million. This one is nationwide and only one grant recipient. If the district is selected, the funds from the grant has to be spent to upgrade and improve the district's football field. The Hometown Grant is a grant for small communities and schools to apply for. This grant is up to $50,000 and could be used to fund student Chromebooks as we continue to purchase new ones annually. The third grant is Project 10 Million. It was created to close the homework gap for students and provide free internet. If we are approved, we could use this grant to provide free internet / hotspots for students that do not have internet access at home. With board approval, we would start the application processes.
Make a motion.
Motion and a second. All in favor? Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time to do that. Also, hopefully we'll get some. All $2 million, that would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Okay, with that concludes our action items. I need a motion to conduct a closed executive session, including any record or vote at the next scheduled meeting pursuant to statutes contained in chapter 610.021 RSMO.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Roll call?
Aye.